Hello, hello, hello. We are live. And if y'all see us and hear us, let us know. So we're live from San Francisco, beautiful San Francisco, for Marketo's Nation Marketing Summit. Did I say that right? It's like a long one. Marketo's Marketing Nation Summit. Yeah. So I'm here with Emily Crume.
Hello.
Did I say that right?
Crume. Rhymes with broom. Just don't call me crummy. Yes.
And you're with Social Media Examiner.
I am.
And we are going to live tweet. We're going to live tweet, but we're going to hang out here too. Since we're here in person, we're going to keep this broadcast open. Feel free to come in here and chat with us, but we're also going to tweet like maniacs. So we're going to start tweeting. We're going to do that. So, but we're going to kind of, talk while we tweet too. So let's get a couple of these tweets up and running, and let's see who else here. We already got a bunch of people here. Everybody's excited to be here. Look at this wonderful group. Let me mention that we are live, that they can watch us.
Dual glasses here.
Everyone, we are also podcasting live from San Francisco.
Same claims disco.
Join me and our guest, Emily, for the Social ROI chat. Okay. All right, so I just did a tweet out to everybody, letting them know that they can also watch this broadcast. Want to make sure that everybody can see us and hear us okay in here. I need to get a couple of tweets out, so let me do that real quick. I start off with here are the house rules.
Yep.
Tweet that out. And I'm using the Marketing Nation hashtag, so hopefully people will come hang out with us that are also here at the conference. All right. Normally when I do this chat, I'm just home by myself, me and my dog, jamming to some tunes, and not have anyone around to hang out with. And so this is so much fun to hang out with somebody at a conference who's my guest.
In real life.
Right? In real life.
Social networking in real life.
And we have actually some people here. Why don't you come behind us real quick and say hi? We got Stacy DiPaolo from GoDaddy. We got Nick Martin from Hootsuite.
Hey, everybody.
So, thanks for joining us today. Can you all check to see if it shows up okay on Facebook? Okay, because we are on Facebook Live on ManageFooter's Facebook. This is for I've done this from Twitter Smarter on mine, but this is the first time to do this. Is our first Social ROI live broadcast, and so this is super fun. So if anybody's here watching us right now, let us know you can hear us okay. I want to make sure the volume's okay. We got a microphone right here. I want to make sure y'all can hear us okay. So Stacy joined, it says.
Great. And we're live on the ManageFooter's Facebook page.
Yeah, and there's Jim. Let us know if y'all can hear us okay. We just want to make sure the audio is good. Okay, Caroline says it's good. Caroline Webb from
yes, she was
Mastermind.
She was sending me Facebook messengers this morning. Hello, how are you?
One of our fellow masterminders. All right, so we're live streaming on my laptop because it just worked best this way. So, but I got to type some tweets. So I'm going to kind of tilt a little bit. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, look at us over there. Very meta over there. All right. So let me get some tweets out, and y'all just keep tweeting away. We're going to have fun. This is great. And then I'll ask Emily the questions out loud, and then we'll tweet, and we're going to have fun. But normally I'm doing this just, in my office, nobody around, all home alone. So this is just so nice to be out in person doing this. So one of the tweets I'm sending out right now, the team at ManageFooter put together this Social ROI eBook, and it was taking the first 25 Twitter chats we did last year on Social ROI and made it into this really nice eBook. So I'm doing a tweet to mention that and promote it. Super cool idea on their part. So Look at how nice that is. Isn't that nice? So you can refresh your social media marketing knowledge by getting this ebook. So be sure to get it. I just tweeted that, so you guys get it. Okay.
So,
look who all's here. And there's Nick. Nick is so meta because he's sitting right next to me, and Stacy's right here next to me, and they're on here live with us. Hey, Jim. So good to see you.
So speaking of their ebook, it was a roundup where you get some advice from 25 different top social media marketers and people that are practitioners. I love that kind of content because you get a lot of ideas, you get a lot of different perspectives, and so those are the great kinds of content to read if you're looking for something new and something unexpected.
It's awesome. I love that. And I'm just checking to make sure I'm not missing any messages that I need for this chat, and I don't, so everything's good. All right, let me do some feverish tweeting here. So I might have to adjust the screen a little bit so I can read. All right, so my next tweet, I love this one, is taking a moment to tell a friend about this awesome chat. I love sharing this tweet because, you know, when we're on Twitter chats, they're usually moving at a fast pace, and we don't think about, you know, asking someone like, hey, why don't you come and join us? And I am good friends with Lucy Rindler Kaplan, and she never remembers to come, so I use this opportunity to do my little reminder, and I'll be like, you know, hey, Lucy, come join us on the SocialROI chat. So when I'm using ManageFooter, I will sign my name to the tweets. Normally I'll do tweets like that on my phone. I'll have my phone, but not for today because we're doing enough multitasking right here. So we're gonna kind of limit Madalyn's multitasking. Normally I'm here at my laptop. You don't see me during the chat. And I got my phone on a little mini tripod, and I'm doing a bunch of tweets from Madalyn and ManageFooter. Y'all are like, how's she doing that? I should videotape that so y'all could. I should put a camera over my shoulder so y'all could see.
Arms.
I'm like, it's insane. All right, next tweet. We also do a SocialROI video chat recap. So we take the live streams and we put it onto ManageFooter's YouTube. So I'm going to do a tweet about that. So this will make its way to their YouTube.
And you have all these tweets saved as drafts beforehand?
The live streams. We'll take the live streams and they'll download it from Facebook and then put it up on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
And then I do are you new to Twitter chats? You know, I recommend Tweet Chat because Tweet Chat is just so easy to use on a Twitter chat to participate. Let's see what the conversation's looking like. Oh, Rachel Miller is on the chat. I love Rachel Miller. Do you know her? Yeah. She's awesome. She says hi to you, Nick.
Oh, hi.
And influencer Tony, I love him. He's great. We got a lot of I just love I's one of my. I have like a whole team. Like, you know, I have my Twitter Smarter volunteer group that help me greet chats. I have a team here too that helps me greet.
That's good
because I just have that magic. And then the next tweet is, if you missed last week's, you can check the recap. We do a great recap on the ManageFooter blog. So I do a tweet with that.
That was a really good resource for me because when you asked me to come join you, it was sort of a quick study, but going back through the roles of all of the content that you had created was really helpful. And it sort of got me to see, you know, the flow of the question and answer, and then how the community engages with you when they're chiming in and they're adding some really good tips. So
Phyllis is here, another one from the group. Hi, Phyllis. So great to see you. And Shiloh's here. Thank you all for joining us on the live stream. We're doing major multitasking. I'm going to do another tweet letting people know we are live streaming and that they can come join us. Normally the live stream is afterwards because normally I don't have someone here in person. So I'm going to do a quick tweet that says, join Emily questions and I on the SocialROI live stream over on our Facebook page. Post the link. And there we go. All right, so let's see what's next. Next up is when we do the Ask ManageFooter a question, and we're going to be asking our design lead, Kate Frappel, a question. So I'm getting ready to do that. Taking a quick look to see how these questions, or not questions, the tweets are looking. Everything's looking good. Nice conversation happening. All right, so let me get our question in. And we do a similar thing on Twitter Smarter with Nick over here every Thursday. So the tweet's going to be, before we dive in, we're going to ask ManageFooter's design lead, Kate Frappel, a quick question. So I'm going to tweet that, and then I'm going to actually tweet the question next. And I have an image that goes with it. So this is like very behind the scenes of how I run the chat that y'all are watching. All right, so here goes the question for Kate. And then what I do is I go and I keep an eye out on Kate to watch her response, so then I can retweet them. And then we will start the questions with Emily in just a moment. So that's what we got going on here. So chat's going really well over on, I like to use tweetchat.com. It's a great platform, especially if you're new for Twitter chats. I find it to be really helpful, but I like it. It's easy to watch the tweets and see what's going on. Now, while I'm waiting on Kate to answer, I'll go ahead and get ready for when I do my first question to Emily, because I do a tweet saying we're ready to start, and then I actually had the first question, and because I have an image, like I am copying and pasting. These are not scheduled. These are all manually copied and pasted in, and I got to go get the image for each one. And I'm such a stickler for making sure everything is perfect that I will actually make sure I put the right question in. I'll actually click on it, make sure I got it right. Oh, and then I also like where it says who's in this photo for the tweet. Actually, just to be sure the guest doesn't miss, I will make sure I tag the guest. You learn little things along the way, you know, when you do these. Like I've been running Twitter chats every week for so long. I picked up lots of little things here and there. So hope you guys are enjoying the live stream. This is always fun to do.
We're so exciting.
We are exciting. We're fun people.
The lighting is really great. We're here in this beautiful
lighting, yeah.
alcove, and it's actually sun shining outside in San Francisco, believe it or not. Beautiful day. Said between 60s and 70s. So.
It is beautiful here, for sure. All right, let's see. Check on Kate to see if she's... There we go. Okay, so the question we asked Kate was... Go back and find it. That was where I asked it. Here it is. Okay, so for Kate, I said, has ManageFooter ever tried to bridge the gap between its online and offline community? Love this question. So what I do then is I'll go and like and retweet. So Kate says, ManageFooter team members have attended a number of events in the USA. See, they're based in Australia. So they've attended events in the US since the product was founded in 2010, both as attendees and exhibitors. So that's awesome. And then she's got a picture here of the CEO, Kevin Garber. He first discovered the true power of Twitter at TechCrunch Disrupt Conference in 2008. Ooh, look at that picture. Nice. I bet that was
school.
Yeah, I bet that was a lot of fun. And then let's see. And Kate did come to Social Media Marketing World this year and had a blast. She really enjoyed it. So they also have hosted a few events of their own. So that's what this, I think, is all the noise. I think there must have been a panel or a discussion that just ended.
Got out, yeah.
Speaker. So they've also hosted a few of their own in New York City. So that's super cool. Super awesome. So Shyla says, so when you live stream here, you also live on YouTube. Now, we're just doing Facebook Live right now, but once this is done, the ManageFooter team will take this video and they will put it into YouTube. So YouTube will be later. We like to repurpose content, which is super smart.
Write once, read many. It's an old programmer trick.
I love that. It's super smart. I'm really big with repurposing. Bless you.
Well, and you can sort of carve things up into the right format for each of the social platforms. So
Absolutely.
even if you don't feel expert at other platforms, you can still experiment and lure in new, community members and other people, because people are out there listening. They'll find you.
Definitely. Now, you work with Social Media Examiner, which is also Social Media Marketing World's part of it. So the last answer from Kate is that more recently in 2017, I represented ManageFooter at Social Media Marketing World. I told them how great it was. I said, you really got to come to this. So this year, Kate did attend, and the focus of attending this conference was to meet the ManageFooter community and gain a solid understanding of the current social media landscape. And she did a tremendous job with that. I thought it was so great seeing her out there talking to everyone and getting a real pulse for the community there at the conference. So that was just awesome.
Well, and there's also something to be said for making that face-to-face connection. So when you meet somebody, in the flesh, in real life, it really solidifies relationships, and they can be working with you. We've
Absolutely.
had countless stories of people that knew each other for years, had engaged, knew intimate facts about each other, became friends, really had a deep connection, and then they would finally meet at an event.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, it was heartening to hear some of these testimonies and stories. So it's a lot of fun.
They're very cool. All right, I think we're ready. Are we ready for questions and answers?
Yeah.
This is where it's fun in person, because I'm going to ask her the question out loud, but then we're going to tweet it, and you can answer out loud if you want and tweet it. So let me first do the tweet saying that we're ready to go. And there's that tweet. Ready, set, go. All right, so we're starting. So question number 1, why should marketing professionals go to events? What are the benefits?
Well, I think we've sort of been talking about a couple of them, and I'm going to just tweet my pre-programmed reply because I did my homework.
Yes.
But I think, to network with your peers, to learn new things, and also to discover new tools and technologies that are going to enhance your experience as a marketer, I think are sort of 3 key things that come to mind for me. I always have a secret mission because I'm looking to help bring together brands to our audiences and find that new discovery, that new thing. So I'm always looking for those new technologies and those new players and people that are emerging as leaders in the market. So I think that's kind of my goal, basically, is to make a connection. It really strengthens it when you can sort of eyeball somebody.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like getting to meet Stacy DiPaolo from GoDaddy in person. Like
I've known for
we've
a long
known.
time.
Come over here real quick and say hi, Stacy. Like I've known Stacy online through Twitter chats for so long, and now like I get to give her a hug.
I'm a sandwich.
So it's so cool to do this. And then same thing with Nick Martin. Like Nick and I have known each other for years. Come here, Nick. Group hug. Somebody like get a screenshot of this. So I've known Nick for years, and this is like a Kodak moment. Nick has been working with me on Twitter Smarter for quite a while, about a year and a half, maybe close to 2 years.
Close to 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, because we do an Ask Hootsuite question on Twitter Smarter, which has been just through developing relationship. And so to finally meet in person is so cool. So
awesome.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. With conferences, this is like one of the best perks, is to like take people you've known on Twitter for years and to do instead of the virtual hug, the real hug.
That's right.
The real deal.
Okay, I got to get my answer out now.
Yeah, go do your answer.
The hugs have to be in person, and we just had some great conversations over lunch that we couldn't have done on Twitter.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a great lunch, great conversation. All right, so let's see what everybody's saying in the Twitter chat.
Can I do another answer?
Oh, absolutely. And I see lots of other answers going through. Lucy Rindler says events are great for meeting new people, deepening current relationships, key learnings, inspiration, which is so true.
Yeah, one of the notes that I made was we get so tied to the digital aspects, and I don't want to say lazy, but we rely on that support. But when you do have the opportunity to commune with people, share an experience, share a meal, share a cup of coffee, it really kind of does strengthen those kinds of relationships.
Yeah, it really does. It's fun to do on Twitter too, I will say.
But it's like you could be together even when you can't be together.
Yes.
And then when you are together, it's even more fun.
It's even more fun, absolutely, for sure. All right, so I'm going to get the next question queued up. You're definitely free to put more answers in there, Emily, if you like.
I have a couple double, I was trying to be character aware and, make the most of my responses.
Because my strategy on Twitter chats is that after I get that first question up, then I get myself ready for the next question and the next. I try to be, like really ready to go here so I can easily, gives me time to then go chat with everybody instead of like being, too consumed with what am I doing next. So, Chaim Shapiro says he is going to New York Small Business Expo on Thursday. That'd be fun.
Oh, I like that show. It's actually a really good national show, and they have some really great people that teach at those shows. So if it's in New York, I would imagine you're going to get to see Ramon Ray. So look for him. He is a fantastic business strategist, expert. And he usually does some work with some of the different brands there and teaches about social. So he's a great person to also follow along with. And he produces a magazine and his own event, The Smart Hustle.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we're probably about ready for the next question. I kind of watched to see how much time's in between, and I think we've had enough time in between that question. So question number 2, what actions can marketers take to expand their network at events? I'm going to tweet that out now. It's been tweeted.
I think before I do my response out, I'll just tell you, you should research who's going to be in attendance.
Yes, for sure.
Obviously, you should do your research regardless. You should be researching the agenda and find out what you're going to learn from the provider. But research who's going to be in attendance and also what other sponsors might be there, technology providers are going to be there, so that you can be prepared and do a little bit more of a deep dive to understand what those technologies are. You might come upon someone and they're going to give you your elevator pitch, but if you're more in depth because you have a particular need, you might be able to have a more substantive conversation. The other thing that you can do is follow along on the hashtag on Twitter. You can do it in all the social places. I'm sure there's event pages and other things, but I always like to dial into the event hashtag and see what kind of excited people are excited to come. I know for our event, they do months and weeks leading up to it. Everybody's excited about things, and you
for social media marketing world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm all over that hashtag way in advance.
Well, and I mean, you might learn something new. Of course, you're going to learn who's going to be there, but even for people that are new to events, you might learn, here's some things to think about when you're coming to a particular geography. Make sure you wear flat shoes. Just tips and tricks and things like that. So do the research and follow along on the hashtag. I think that's really smart.
I meet lots of cool people when I'm doing the official hashtag for the event in advance, for Social Media Marketing World for sure, for this conference, Marketo Summit, the hashtag, I've been active on it for weeks and meeting really interesting people. So I definitely recommend it when you attend a conference.
So speaking of which, I'm adding it to my answer.
Oh, good.
Marketing Nation, their hashtag, so that we can try to lure in some people that might be here and they might be curious about what you're doing here with the social ROI.
And that hashtag is MKTG Nation, which is a really cool hashtag, easy to remember. All right, so I'm going to get my next question queued up just so I can stay a little ahead here. I hope that by having the conference hashtag on all the questions I'm putting out, that is getting the attention of people here at the conference. That would be nice. All right.
You weren't kidding when you said this is video. I had like 93 notifications.
Oh yeah, your Twitter is going to blow up today. That's just like a given.
Hey, maybe my clout score grows.
There you go.
Yeah. I've been everywhere from, high of the high to the low of the lows. But
Yeah.
I look at it like, how much I weigh. I don't really want to know, but I do.
Let me do another tweet reminding people they can join us live. We are broadcasting live.
Take advantage of those fancy business cards. That's a good tip.
MKTG Summit in San Francisco. That's where we are, by the way. If anybody just joined, we're in San Francisco. We're broadcasting SocialROI chat live.
Nice picture with my eyes closed.
Oh no.
No, it's so funny. That's totally me. Laughing.
Well, that's like totally me too. So it always happens to me. All right. So let's see how that conversation's going. Lots of discussion going on. I love it. Emily, are you seeing some interesting comments in there?
Yeah, well, I liked Nick's comment about the business cards. I actually, we sort of forget analog, right? We get so focused on the digital, as we kind of talked about before, but really it is about the combination of putting all of this into play and working all aspects of your time, maximizing it,
Yeah, definitely.
And business cards are memorable too. It's your personality. You had mentioned in your panel today about being an ambassador. It was about this particular piece, the little owlie, I wanted, those are memories.
It really is.
Keepsakes.
Being a Hootsuite ambassador has been really cool, and seeing the little owlie doll is cool to have. And it's like, not everyone has one, and I'm one of the people that has one. So that's kind of cool. And it's like little things like that can really make a difference. Shiloh says, and by the way, if you'll have questions on the Facebook, on our live Facebook, ask away. Do you think it is better in the Twitter chats to comment in hashtag or retweet with a comment in hashtag? So this is a question definitely for me when it comes to how you reply, and just you can do it however you want. Like when I'm on a Twitter chat, the way I like to do this is I will take the tweet and do a reply with the comment. So it's like a quote retweet, and that way so Stacy does it too. So that way, there's so many different ways to do this on chat, but when I do that, then people see the original question. And when I'm looking at people's tweets on chats, I want to know what, people will tag me all the time when they're on a Twitter chat, and it's like, I don't even know what the question. I don't know what the question is, but they're shouting me out. Hey, at Madalyn Sklar, she rocked. Well, what did I rock about? And then I'll have to go dig up and find the question. And then many times it's like, who do you really admire on Twitter? It'll be something like that. And it's like, so I do it because I like the way it shows up in the stream, and that's just my preference. All right, let's get ready for the next question. So I hope that answered you, Shiloh, with that. I noticed the thread seems to change depending on how it's done. Yeah, I mean, it's just everybody's different with how they do it. All right, so we're going to do question number 3. Why is it important to respect people's time at live events? I love this question. All right, the tweet has been sent out. So what is your response to that?
So as someone who attends a lot of other people's events, I always have to keep in mind, what are their goals? So remember, your goals are not their goals. They're there for a particular reason. So acknowledging and respecting that is key. Sometimes it's just what I call a drive-by where, hey, I just wanted to say hello, get a chance to see you. I want to support you. I'm going to your session. Had that conversation with someone who's speaking tomorrow. And so they know that they have friends out there because they're focused on what their goal is. So I always like to ask, what would make this event a success for you? And so I tend to shine on what you're most focused on so that I can listen to that and understand what you're trying to accomplish and see where I might be able to help that.
I like that a lot. And we're getting our picture taken. You sure did. I like that. You're like, I'm sitting right across from them. I'm going to take a picture and tweet it. All right.
So sending out my response. So yeah, put the focus on the people that you're trying to connect with.
Well, that's very smart. I love that answer a lot.
Ancient old salesperson trick.
And Jim says, everyone is busy at live events. Make a memorable impression short of putting a pie in their faces. Oh, that's good. I like that.
Well, I think it's in one of your other questions, and I'll wait to give my anecdote about that. So about making a memorable impression.
Oh, and Chris Strupp is here on the chat. Yay, Chris. It's important to respect people's time. It seems like this is kind of like the same thing everyone's talking about, respecting people's time at all times, not just at live events. I love that. I think that's a great answer. And we'll hit a like on that.
I think that's also the difference between engaging and sort of ramming your agenda.
Oh, yeah.
We talk about that with email all the time and automation. Automation is great, but it can also be misused. So
definitely.
Again, my strategy or the way that I go to market is I tend to ask questions. That's why I'm Emily Questions. So I like to understand. So asking sort of something that's open-ended is going to allow more opportunities for an engagement than any other approach is really going to.
We have such a great community of people here, so many people from all over the world that participate in this chat. And I'll just kind of do a rundown of who all I see here. We've got Lisa Boyles. This is on the Twitter chat. Lisa Boyles, Jean Petrov, Caitlin Brower. Caitlin's with Dun & Bradstreet, and they have a booth here. Now, Caitlin's not here at the conference, but her company is here. We got Addison Zhang, Dr. Cheval is here.
I remember the first time I met was at Social Media Marketing World, and she was in our
She's a lot of fun.
society booth, and it was great because she likes to document her meetings with people in real life, and so she said, please take a selfie with me. So I had the pleasure of doing that with her in the Welcome Plaza. So that's a fun memory that I have. So that I finally met her face to face in real life, and the first time we met, we shared that experience and had a lot of fun.
She's a lot of fun to hang out with. She is a ball of energy. Oh my gosh, she's like so full of energy, so much fun, and she comes a long way. I mean, she's in South Korea now. And so this was her second year Social Media Marketing World, and she's a lot of fun to hang out with. And
well, I love that people will come from far away for any event. I'm sure that there's a short list of people, or maybe a big list of Marketo customers that are here at this event that have come a very far way. And one of the great things about their attendance at a live event is then they go back home and take that experience to their real life in-person community and can share that and maybe, inspire someone else, share a story, or inspire them to say, hey, I need to go to an event, and that's going to help my business, and it's going to help transform, the next step.
Totally agree. All right, we need to move on to the next question. I realize it is already half past the hour, And we still got some questions to do. So we're going to jump into question number 4. It can be intimidating to approach people you don't know. I'm kind of an introvert. People don't know that about me. What tips do you have for overcoming this? Love this question.
Find a way to start a conversation, and remember, it's kind of like being at a party. So how would you approach someone at a party? Maybe make a comment about their shoes. I went up to a gal last night that had light up shoes. They were light up green, I think, and she said, oh, they do different colors. And so I said, oh, let me take a picture with you. I happen to wear my glasses, which are very identifiable and a little bit neon. And then people can find me in a crowded room. So just, make a comment, compliment someone's dress or their glasses, or, just talk about, hey, isn't this food great or something? And just remember, we're all human beings. There doesn't need to be anything scary about it.
Right. Yeah. That's a great point. I like that. I mean, finding something, and I'll do that. Like, since I'm more introverted, more shy natured, like I'll just try to find something with somebody and be like, oh yeah, I like your glasses. Those are really cool.
What'd you think about that keynote?
Or starting a conversation.
Someone was mentioning they're talking about the Fearless Girl statue, which is the statue in the financial district in New York that faces the bull, that represents the bull market. And she asked us if we were going to attend that, and that was a conversation starter that got us talking about some shared things.
Exactly. And because the whole theme here is Fearless Marketer at this conference. So, we're seeing a lot of stuff related to Fearless Marketer.
Upside down rooms and all kinds of things.
Okay. So what do you think of the Twitter chat so far?
Great. I had fun. I sat in on one of yours last week just because I was curious, and then because you were doing your Twitter Smarter, I think it was on Tuesday or something, and I had some time.
Yeah. So, well, this one, SocialROI is Tuesdays, and then Twitter Smarter is Thursday.
Maybe it was the Thursday one?
So it's 2 chats a week that I host. So Tuesdays is SocialROI Day.
I can imagine that you spend the next 2 days responding to people because, so many good ideas and a lot of shared
it's a lot of great information. Yeah. That's what makes that's why the recaps are so great, because then the team here at ManageFooter will go back and take all the tweets and take like the best of and make a recap out of it. And it's always fun to go through that and read through it, because it's just filled with so much great information. So lots of tweets flying by. So Lisa Boyle said that when I'm in a social setting, my mantra is fake it till you make it, which is why a lot of people don't realize I'm a secret introvert. It's so interesting how many people will say that they're like an introvert and that you wouldn't think they are from knowing them. And it's like, really?
A lot of it has to do with comfort and confidence. I think that once you feel like you're among friends, that there's safety there. And that's the other thing. I go to a lot of events by myself where I don't really know people. And I remember doing that, for a long time. And I would always try to find somebody that was standing by themselves and just go up and make a friend, because inevitably they were like, oh, thank God, somebody to talk to, or else maybe they weren't, but it made them feel better. And we were then a party of 2. And we would go recruit more people for our gang. And so seriously, it's how I met a lot of people on Twitter that became in real life friends.
Nice.
Striking up conversations in valet parking lines, just
That's
being
awesome.
friendly.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. Just being friendly. It goes a long way. All right. So we're on question number 4, seeing lots of answers. Have an agenda, pre-plan as much as you can before an event. I think that's super smart. You know, they got like speaker gifts. I can't wait to. It looks pretty cool over there. I haven't grabbed it yet because I don't want to carry that box all around.
Keep your tea hot.
Yeah, it's fun coming to these conferences when you're as the social ambassador. I've gotten all kinds of cool gifts, and then since I was a moderator, I'm technically a speaker. So then I get cool little
The perks.
yeah, lots of cool perks.
The perks of works.
Perks of works. There you go. All right, let's get ready for the next question. Question number, am I ready? I'm not ready for the next question. My bad. I gotta go set it up. Okay, we're gonna do question number 5. So let me get question number 5 ready. Question 5. Number 5.
I'm gonna have to learn how to do that.
How do I?
Pre-pop. What you have is them all set up.
It's just in a Dropbox folder ready for me. I keep everything very organized. I'm organized.
I like that. You are very organized.
I'm good like that. Hey, if you're running a Twitter chat, you gotta be very organized. All right, so we're ready for the next question. Question number 5. Large businesses approach events differently to solopreneurs. How do businesses leverage live events? Let me send that out. So question number 5 is out there.
So I think keyword there, large. Bigger means more. It's, more personnel, more budget, more ideas. And so I think some of the things that larger events can facilitate are certainly cut to the chase. You're deeper in funnel. You can do demos. You can have scheduled meetings with clients because you know who's going to be there. Fun things are parties. Parties or dinners. You're taking advantage of the fact that everybody's in one geographic location so that you can do more with them. So breakfast, dinner, catch up on a lunch, have a coffee break. So I think those are some of the things that bigger companies have the ability to do. If you have more customers, you're not sort of at that early stage. You may already have some sort of a relationship where you can plan ahead and do some of these things.
Awesome. I love it. And there's your answer. I always like to like and retweet the guests when they do their answers.
Well, and two, one of the things that I was seeing here was there was a lot of shared resource. So a lot of the sponsors got together and sponsored parties. It makes it nice for the attendees, and then it gives more sort of conversation. And it's always, you could be like a trick-or-treater and you could have everybody come to your house separately solely, or you could host a Halloween party and it becomes sort of a bigger type of a thing. So maybe some of those shared experiences are that. And then of course you can have jumpy bounce houses and slides for people to be taking photo opportunities in your hallway. I don't know if you saw that outside. They have like a jump bounce house.
Yeah,
like
I saw that. Crazy.
Yeah, it's like a climbing wall. Yeah,
they got all kinds of wild stuff. And they have like these different things like eat bugs and all kinds of weird bugs? Something with eat bugs. I don't know, like the whole fearless. It's almost like the Fear Factor thing, but like the whole fearless marketer. Yeah, it's like that Fear Factor show. Like eat bug. When I heard that yesterday, I'm like, what? Eat bugs? What are they talking about? All righty. Yeah.
Thanks. You could pretend. Yeah, exactly. No, I think I'll skip the bugs. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm skipping the bugs. All right, I'm just getting the other questions set up and ready. Trying to be prepared. So Caitlin Brower says, my answer is written in my latest article. Well, that's good. It's good to have like something written up when we're talking about it on a chat. So, but most importantly, you must have a plan to pre, live, and post event.
Very key.
I like that. That's very well said. She's very smart.
So Caitlin, that's a really good point, and I wrote an ebook about that, and it's
Oh, cool.
available on socialmediaexaminer.com/sponsor playbook, and it really is content that's designed for my customers to help them prepare for, execute, and then wrap a successful event. And you're absolutely right. You know, the tips have to start way before at the idea stage and then at the execution stage, but you also need to, you know, do the survey and take the data and wrap it and make sure that this something that was good for your business.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And next time I'll put that in the, I'll tweet a link to that so that people can go download that.
Okay. That's it. Yeah,
It's just a resource because everybody has to be. She writes an article, which is smart. You're in the content business. You're trying to educate.
somebody's buzzing. I feel it. Is it me? No.
No, it's me.
All right, so we still got 2 questions left, 6 and 7. So
Traffic drivers.
So wrapping up question 5. I just love watching all the interaction on the chat. So that's why I love tweetchat.com, because I'll just sit here and it all unfolds in real time and I just watch everybody chat. And it's always interesting to see who's real active. That's a big pale ale.
Nick's about ready to dip into happy hour big time.
Supersize.
I was just given that, so I have to take
Really?
it out. Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because my other Twitter handle outside of
Right.
tweet is Van City Beer Guy.
Yeah.
So somebody brought you a beer. That's so
someone gave me a beer.
awesome.
Yeah, someone brought it all the way down from California or Colorado, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. Fan draft.
That's awesome.
Nice.
See, these are the things that you can learn on social so that you can surprise and delight somebody
Yes.
in real life. So
Surprise
Nick
and
just
delight.
got surprised and delighted
Yeah.
with a gigantic
Was it
beer.
the
It's
guy
this
from
big.
last night at dinner with
Yeah.
the brewery?
Yeah. That
So
was
he
his
brought you
brewery.
that?
Yeah, exactly.
That is a big can of beer. Yeah, how do we send beer over
Yeah.
Twitter?
Well, you can
I'm
now
working
buy
on it,
alcohol
yeah.
on the internet.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're ready for our
Number
next
6.
question, number 6. What are some creative ways of encouraging people to visit your booth? Oh, that's such a good one. So what are your tips to getting people to visit your booth?
So there's, kind of the standards. Let's engage people in a fun way, contests, raffles, giveaways. Create something that is an experience. And so I'll use the example of what they're showing Fearless Marketers downstairs. They've got sort of an upside down room and they're encouraging people to take pictures. Have a photo booth. I have a picture of you on my newsletter doing a photo booth in Zoho's Social's booth at
fun.
Social Media Marketing World and they had props and they made like an Instagram frame. So
fun.
you're having an experience with a new friend or an old friend in real life, and then you have a memory to take home with you.
What is that?
Show and tell?
Yeah.
Do you guys
Yeah.
know who Samantha B is?
Yeah.
She came by the GoDaddy booth because we set up a photo booth at the last conference I was at.
Oh,
my
neat.
gosh.
She was there recruiting lesbian tech talent to build her new app that she's doing for the midterm elections, and she just stopped by the photo booth, and we got some exposure on
That's
her
super
show.
cool.
So see, proof in point.
There you
That's
go.
my souvenir.
That's so cool.
I
That's
love
really
Sam.
neat.
Your little, her.
Well, that's cool that you got
Souvenir,
like a little,
yeah.
you get
This is
the
a different vendor's booth. So a different vendor was posting, this was a really great activation. They had
anybody that hashtagged for the event, they would go over to their booth and get a little printout like this, and then all of them work together in a mosaic to make the image of the benefactor scholarship as a piece.
That's smart.
That's awesome. We've
How
looked
cool
at
is
those
that?
those guys. They do this really amazing.
That is so neat.
Yeah. It's
That
like
is-
social and then a picture in real life. So
Yeah, that is really neat. I love hearing stories like that.
There's a couple other suggestions that I have. Host a live stream. That's that's a way to
Sure.
get people. There's a I think it's a Marketo booth here that has a green screen. So encourage people to do a live stream or a video that will then get amplified digitally. So, there's people that are here in real life, but there might be people following along. So
Right.
those are a couple of ideas. And, engaging neighbors. We had a great sponsor that I'm going to give him a plug, Love Handles, Mike Watts, because he's my favorite.
I love them. Yeah.
But he did the smartest thing, and he's amazing. He loves
Yeah.
our community, and he's really a brand marketing
I have some. I can give you one.
opportunity. But what he did was he took note of all of the other sponsors that came to Social Media Marketing World, and he made them a package. And so with their logo on it, and so he presented them a present. So then they would go back to their headquarters and talk to their team and their executive team and say, wow, this is a really cool giveaway. This is a marketing opportunity for us to put our brand in the hands. So he really was basically giving a gift that then in turn can result in advocacy. And so
He did that for me. He did them last year. And I guess he knows I'm in Houston, and he's based out of Houston. And he surprised me, and he made these at Social Media Marketing World. He had these ready for me when I got there. He took my art from my podcast, my Twitter Smarter podcast, and put it on there. I didn't even know he made these, and they're so beautiful. And so these are just nice for me to go, like, not only do I use this, but then I can go give these to people, and it's branded to my hashtag. So,
and then
win
on their phone. So really
exactly, is super smart. There you go, one of each color.
Perfect.
So I think he is such a smart marketer. The way he does that.
Yeah.
So I think it's just super cool. All right, so let's get ready for our final question. Can you believe we're getting ready for the final question? The chat goes quick.
I'm glad I did my homework.
Hard to believe we're coming up to the top of the hour here. But I see lots of answers still coming through on that question.
Well, I think it's probably something that is near and dear to the heart of social marketers or social media marketers. Is we recognize there's an extreme amount of value in the digital connection point, but that on top of the in real life really is powerful. So
yeah. All right, so now we're ready for question number 7. How do lead sponsorships work, and why should businesses be considering them?
I think if you have identified any type of an event where your ideal perfect customer or near perfect customer gathers in real life, then that's a really good rationale for going all in, and being specific. So knowing who your customer is, trying not to dilute and be everywhere. It's difficult to be everywhere and do it well. So if you, again, have identified that 1 or 2 or 3 places where you know your customers are, go all in and, put all your efforts there. And I think a lead sponsor may mean a lot of different things. It typically means a larger presence. Your name and logo is at the top. Maybe you're part of parties and lounges and other special activations that happen at a conference. But if you recognize that your best customers are there, find a way to stand out. And it doesn't always mean that you have to spend the most money. So realize that I'm not advocating that it's all about money. It could be just about the connection in the community. So something meaningful as simple as a smaller dinner might yield bigger results for you. So really just weigh what it is that you're trying to achieve and what's your ideal outcome. And that I think will dictate, should you be a lead sponsor at an event? I think if you look at it, Cvent is a very closely aligned partner with Marketo. And so they have a big presence here. And so I would consider them one of the lead sponsors. Somebody that has a bigger presence here is Google Cloud, and Google Cloud is really going all in with their artificial intelligence and their integration with the Marketo platform. So it's clear, that they're here to court and cultivate relationships with Marketo customers.
Yeah, love it. Very well put. Can you believe the chat is almost over? We're almost at the top of the hour. That's what I always say to myself every week. I'm like, oh my gosh, how did the hour go so fast?
Well, I think you're super prepared, and that
yes,
helps.
You have to be.
That helps with the flow. So
yeah, you absolutely have to be.
You want the conversation to flow naturally.
So then as we're wrapping up, I'll go get my last few tweets ready. I have a thank you tweet.
My shoes. That's so funny.
And then because we're at Marketo Nation, I'm going to add in an extra line thanking those who are here with us, participated, from
lurking along
the event hashtag. And then I do another tweet where I remind everybody about next week's guest.
Do we have a guest for next week?
We do, and she was at Social Media Marketing World. Holly Chessman.
Oh, I love Holly.
She's amazing.
She's a super smarty.
She's very smart.
So there's a group of, I call them XXs, that super smart XXs. Of course, you're in that club.
Really?
JC's in that club. Yeah, that I follow. Like all the people, a lot of the women, most of the women, all of them, in our sort of social, everybody has their own expertise.
Yeah.
But
our secret sauce.
I love smart XXs.
I love that. That's so cool.
My ladies. Oh my God. Caitlin sent a Michael Scott GIF.
Bingo. GIF.
I love him.
I call them GIFs.
It's in the brand guidelines at Hootsuite that it's GIFs.
Oh, good. I love
is
hearing
it?
that. I'm very 100% GIF, not Jeff. It's like, no, Jeff's a peanut butter. Oh my gosh, the people that are very poor Jeff is like, they love to say, well, the guy who founded it, he says it's Jeff.
Yeah.
That's what they say every time. It's like, I'm not buying it. I remember when it was animated GIFs. And all of us old school HTMLers, I don't know what we call us, our old school web designers. Back in the old days, it was animated GIFs. It was always the hard G. So, all right. So I'm going to do my little thank you tweet, thanking our guest and everyone for being here. Because it is now 3 o'clock Pacific. It's so weird, 3 o'clock. But normally I'm doing this. I'm in Central Time Zone, so it'll be
dinner time.
4 to 5, so it'll be 5 o'clock for me as we wrap up. And I'm gonna do another tweet. I do another one quickly after that. Letting everybody know, like, join us next week before everybody runs out and leaves. Like, hey, join us next week.
Kate, I don't know if I'm following Kate Frapple. Right?
Yeah, Kate Frapple. All right, so now I'm going to do I got the join us next week, and then I'm going to pin it. I'm telling you all of my secrets to what I do on Twitter chats. I'm going to pin it to the profile here on ManageFooter's Twitter account. So let me make sure there it is. So that will stay pinned. Got that set.
Yay, Holly.
And we had a wonderful chat.
This was fun.
This has been fun. It's always fun to live stream these, you know, and I just think it's super cool.
Well, and she's been teaching me how to do live streaming and video.
Yeah, that's been a lot of fun. So thanks everybody for watching us on our live stream. It's been great. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate you being part of the chat. We'll be back next week with Holly Chessman and back to our normal routine of the 1 hour Twitter chat and then the after chat live stream following it here on Facebook. So I guess that's it. I guess we'll sign off now. We did it. Yay. Y'all want to come over and say, we'll close it out. We'll do a proper goodbye to y'all watching us on Facebook with our big round table here and having Stacy and Nick joining us. Thank y'all so much. So we'll see you.
This was fun.
Until next time.
Yes. Do more of these.
Yes. All right. Bye, everybody.